How learning works. On the day you entered this world, you had a full set of neurons, the same as you do now. So why couldn't you play a guitar, sink a basket, sing a song, or even walk? Think of brain cells like a railway system. Each station or cell is useless if it isn't connected to the rest of the system. Tracks connect the stations, just as pathways connect your brain cells. You start life with very few such pathways. Babies are so helpless because they have almost no pathways. But your brain creates new paths as you learn and remember. They work like shortcuts to help you think and act faster and better. Suppose you're learning to play the piano. The first time you touch the keyboard, your fingers are clumsy. You play slowly and make mistakes. Your brain has to actively think about moving each finger, reading the music, and hitting just one key at a time. As you practice, sets of neurons connect together to create shortcuts, and pretty soon you can play almost without thinking. The piano path is now wired into your brain. The more you play, the stronger the path becomes. When you're young, you can create new paths more easily and quickly. Now, while you're still young is the best time to train your brain because it's still moldable. You can even decide what kind of brain you want to create. If you love reading, your brain will create paths in the language area. If you play sports, the motor control section of your brain will grow thick with connections. In short, you are what you think and do. Do you want to strengthen your mind? Scientists say you should become involved in mentally challenging areas that are new to you. That will make your dendrites grow. Dendrites are extensions of nerve cells that transport impulses to the cell bodies. If you want to strengthen your mind and make your brain cells grow, try some of these suggestions. Try learning to play a musical instrument. Your brain will be challenged to read notes and connect them with your fingers to create tones. Learn to do something totally different from what you usually do every day. Einstein learned how to play the violin and even serenaded passengers on a ship. Do puzzles that stimulate thinking. Research has shown that it's never too early to challenge the brain. Early brain workouts have lasting effects on brain development. Pause point. What new mentally challenging area would you like to be involved with to strengthen your mind? New studies show that girls tend to learn language skills better and faster than boys. Boys tend to learn math better and faster than girls. Yet girls can be genius mathematicians, such as Ada Lovelace. She helped invent a forerunner of the computer in the 19th century. And boys can be great writers, like Mark Twain and William Shakespeare, who is shown here. If you play a tape in French while you sleep, will you wake up speaking French? Some companies sell such sleeping learning tapes as an easy way to improve your brain. But even if the information makes it into your head, you won't remember it. You have to be awake to learn and remember. The Sisters of Mankato in Minnesota live longer than most people do, to an average age of 85. They don't experience some of the brain diseases like Alzheimer's that many older people get. So, what's different about these nuns? They teach well into their 90s. They keep their minds and bodies active. They challenge their brains with mental games. And they exercise with hoops and other things. Studies suggest that keeping the mind active may help slow down symptoms of brain diseases. It may also help people recover from strokes more quickly. Accidents and diseases can damage parts of the brain, creating very specific problems. This drawing shows what happened to a man named Phineas Gage. In 1848, a mine exploded in his face and drove a metal bar through his cheek. It pushed through his head and knocked out a chunk of his brain. When Gage came to, he could talk, but he couldn't work anymore. More than a century after he died, scientists used computers to figure out just what happened to him. He'd lost the part of his brain associated with decision-making. Can people feel pain in a missing part of their body? The answer is yes. A phenomenon called phantom pain is well known to those who have lost limbs. Scientists believe that phantom pain happens when the area in the brain for the missing part lies next to the area in the brain for another body part. The missing limb aches when the non-missing body part is affected by touch or another stimulus. A photographic memory is the ability to memorize things in detail at a glance. But those memories don't last long, and they may even be wrong. There are other types of memory, some of which address words and numbers. Motor movements memories include how to ride a bike, throw a ball, and so on. Sense memories cover smell, sounds, sights, and so on. Right now, the information you've just listened to is in your short-term memory. Soon, your brain will clear this out to make room for new information. It will toss out the useless and keep the vital. The vital information ends up in your long-term memory cells, which are spread all over the brain. Try this. Seeing colors and reading use two different pathways of the brain. Ask a friend to read each word on the screen. If the person says the word, his or her language pathways are stronger. If the person states the actual color instead of saying the word, the person's visual brain is taking over. Now you know something about how your mind works. Some things you can do to strengthen your mind and the parts of your brain that grow and grow.